Okay, get this. Have you ever come across a flower that smells, well, not like a flower? We're about to meet a plant that completely throws the rulebook out the window. It smells less like a garden and way more like something you'd find in a bakery.
I mean, it sounds a little nuts, right? A flower that smells exactly like a coconut cream pie? Is that just some fun gardener's tale? Or could a plant like that actually be real?
Well, the answer is a huge yes. And here it is. Take a look. This is the source of that unbelievable coconut scent, this deep red speckled orchid. Pretty amazing.
So what is this fragrant wonder anyway? Let's dive in and get properly introduced to the plant behind that incredible pie scent.
Okay, so its scientific name is Maxillaria tenuifolia. That last part, tenuifolia, is actually a little clue. It just means delicate leafed. And this orchid comes from the warm, tropical spots you'd find between Mexico and Nicaragua. But let's be honest, that's kind of a mouthful. So most people just call it by its much more popular nickname, which is, you guessed it, the coconut pie orchid. And believe me, it has definitely earned that name. So why is this particular orchid such a big deal? Well, it's actually the most sought-after one in its entire family, and it's mostly because of that signature scent. Now, the flowers themselves are pretty small, but that deep red color is just so striking. And maybe the best part for us, it's surprisingly easy to grow. Seriously. And you know, the plant is so much more than just its flower. This illustration shows you the whole shebang. You've got the long, delicate leaves, and then you see these little oval-shaped bulbs at the base. Those are called pseudobulbs, and they're basically the plant's personal water and nutrient storage tanks. They are absolutely key to its health. So at this point, you're probably thinking, okay, but could I actually grow this thing? And the answer is a definite yes. So let's talk about how to create the perfect home for it so it doesn't just survive, but really thrives. Let's just break down what it needs. For light, you want to think medium, a little brighter than what your average grocery store orchid needs, but definitely not in direct, scorching sun. Temperature-wise, it really loves cooler nights in the winter. That's actually what helps it decide to bloom. And for humidity, just try to keep it around 50% or higher. You know, a simple tray of water nearby can totally do the trick. So where in your house should you put it? Well, an east, south, or west-facing windowsill is going to be perfect. Just try to avoid a north-facing one. It's probably just too dark. Oh, and make sure it has good air movement. Don't stuff it in a stuffy corner. And hey, if you're into grow lights, it'll be perfectly happy under those too. All right, let's get into watering. This is the part that can kind of intimidate some people when it comes to orchids. But for this plant, it all comes down to a super simple secret cycle that's, believe it or not, really easy to master. And here's that secret. It's all about mimicking nature. See, back in its native home, it goes through a really wet, rainy season and then a really distinct dry season. All you have to do is just recreate that rhythm in your own home. So the cycle is basically in two parts. First up is the dry season. From about late November to March, you're going to give it a bit of a rest. This is like its natural downtime, and it helps it save up energy for the blooms that are coming. So you let the pot dry out completely and only water it every couple of weeks. Remember those pseudobulbs we talked about? They're your guide. If they start to get too wrinkly, it's time for a little drink. Then, around mid-March, you kick off the wet season and go back to a more regular watering schedule. Simple as that. Oh, and one quick but important note on water quality. This orchid can be a little sensitive to all the minerals in our tap water. It's going to be a whole lot happier if you can use rainwater, distilled water, or reverse osmosis water. So, after hearing all of that, what do you think? What's the final verdict? Is the coconut pie orchid the right plant for you? You know, a lot of people hear the word orchid and they immediately think difficult. They imagine this super finicky, demanding plant that's just impossible to keep alive. But the reality of this one, the Maxillaria tenuifolia, is the complete opposite. It's an easygoing plant, it flowers without a fuss, and it gives you that incredible, one-of-a-kind coconut reward. So what you end up with is this gorgeous, unbelievably fragrant flower on a plant that is actually super straightforward to take care of. It's the complete package. You get this unique beauty and these really simple rewards. This truly is an orchid that just about anyone can grow and enjoy. It just makes you wonder, doesn't it? I mean, if a flower can smell exactly like a coconut pie, what other incredible secrets are just hiding out there waiting to be discovered in the plant kingdom?